Thank you everyone for joining us. Um, if you have any, make sure to mute yourselves unless it's automatic. I'm not 100% sure. And if you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and use the chat box. We'll have ample time for Q&A after the presentation. And this is going to be recorded and sent to you post-webinar. And without further ado, I'm going to begin and then introduce you to my colleague, Ms. Ariana Sodu, who will be leading the presentation. So hi, everyone. My name is Joni. I'm the head of product at Ultimate Jet Vacations, and we are really pleased to bring to you the most recent edition of Currents by UJV, which is all about positioning Italy in 2016 and giving it a specific family focus. So although today is going to be specifically about Europe and specifically about Italy and family travel within Italy, you all know UJV and what we specialize in, and it's no different than Europe. We come with 15 years of experience, and we're bringing our reputation in Caribbean and Mexico as the leading luxury tour operator in that space, and bringing in that relevant experience into Europe with our Europe team. We bring the same calm execution, white label partnership, and advisor staying front and center. And then the product team that I lead, that Ari is a part of, we are deeply embedded in the regions that we carry, personally vetting and contracting with the vendors to making sure you have the best product to then present, of course, to your clients. So I'm really excited. Italy is a country that's very near and dear to my heart. It's a product that's very near and dear to my heart. And I'm very excited for Ariana to dive more into that today. So Ari, if you could please take it away.
Thank you, Joni. Good morning, everyone. My name is Arianna, as Joni mentioned. As you can easily tell from my accent, I'm Italian. Born in Sardinia and raised in the north of Italy in a small town called Vicenza that is located between Venice and Verona, just to give you an idea. I had more than 15 years of experiences in luxury travel. I really had the privilege of working with some of the most prestigious brands and key players in the luxury tourism industry all over Europe. Before I joined UJV, I worked for 13 years for Forte Village, Palazzo Donio in Sardinia, and Palazzo Fiuggi near Rome. During those years, I really built a strong and trusted network across a lot of different areas, not only tourism, also sports, fashion, fine dining, and lifestyle all across Europe. This very long relation that are also friendship for me now really allow me to add into our offer a lot of very high-end and exclusive experience for our clients across Europe. Beyond my professional role, I'm also a mother of two children. I have always traveled extensively with them since they were born, as I strongly believe that travel is one of the most powerful, ways to create memories for them, but also broaden their horizon and nurture their curiosity. To best support our clients, we have built a dedicated team of 7 professionals with extensive experience in designing tailor-made itineraries across Europe. We strongly believe that deep destination or knowledge is really the key, is essential to create journeys that are fully unique and unforgettable for your clients. And to be honest with you, the expertise and the preparation and the passion of our team is something that I'm really proud of, as it really allows us to deliver well-balanced itineraries with very high-end standard of services. So we start Europe 5 years ago, and our European portfolio span across Italy, Greece, Spain, Portugal, France, and the UK. For all these destinations, we are really able to offer you the finest hotels and resort, an incredible selection of ground services for all the destinations. So it's not only for Italy. Today we're going to focus on Italy, but make sure we have the same kind of servicing in all the destinations across Europe. So what makes UJV different compared to the other? For me, it's really the strength and the authenticity of our relationship with the people in Europe. Many of our partners are not just professional contact for me, but long-time friends. With a lot of them, we start together many, many years ago, and we literally grow together in the industry. And this relationship is really what set us apart on the business. Thanks to this incredible network, I love to call them my circle of trust. We are really able, to offer our client exclusive access to many, many things. We have access with all the Michelin star chef in Europe, exclusive access to museum, to things that are not usually open to the people. So yes, this is something that really set us apart in Europe. So the relationship that we have with the people. We have an extremely curated portfolio in Europe. We have around 375 hotels in our portfolio as of today. Our portfolio is something that Johnny started 5 years ago, and it's something that makes me really proud of because it's a perfect mix in between the independent hotels. For the ones that knows Italy, you know that especially in Italy, we have some gem family-owned business that are really part of the history of tourism in Italy, like the Asler in Rome, Sugologone in Sardinia, Excelsior Vittoria in Sorrento, or Palazzo Avino, and Le Sirenose in the Amalfi Coast. And I'm very proud that we can have them in our portfolio. But at the same time, we fully understand that for some client, they prefer to have, the renew hotel brands, and we also have them. We really work with the most important hotel brand all in the world. So our portfolio is really a mix in between the independent and the hotel brands, and I think that this mix is something that really allow us to design journeys that can combine the authenticity, but at the same time the heritage and the highest level of luxury for our client. So what we do for you, we really manage the complexity for you, so you don't have to. We can book for you multi-country itineraries, rail and transfer coordination, hydrofoil and ferry tickets for Capri, Ischia and Greece, VIP meet and greet in all the European airports for arrival and departure. We have our expert guides on the ground. We can take care of your restaurant reservation, spa reservation, cookie class, really everything. We also have a new in-country in-travel service. I will tell you a little bit more later. But just to give you an idea that we really took care of everything from the booking process till the end of the travel of your client. So why Italy is an ideal destination for family? Obviously, I'm Italian and I love my country, but I really think that Italy is one of the European destinations with the strongest family-oriented hospitality culture. It's a very easy destination. It's the culture is super welcoming. Distance are very manageable, so you can easily create well-balanced itineraries with a lot of different landscape. You can move from cities to countryside to seaside to mountain in really in a very easy way. So Italy for me is also one of the destination where kids can learn through activities. So the things that I love the most when I travel with my kids is to being able to let them experience the destination, not just sightseeing, because it's how you really create the memories. I love when I hear people say, "Oh, my kids learn to do the tiramisu in Rome," or they learn how to do the carnival mask in Venice. It's something that it was gonna last forever, for them. So, how we build the itinerary? We always start as soon we understand where the clients wants to go. We also always give our suggestion based on their preferences, on the typology of the client. So we start from the logistic. Logistic in Europe is really the key to make sure that the itinerary of your clients is going to be enjoyable, especially when they are traveling with the kids. You really need to try to make it as smooth as possible, especially when you are moving people from one point to the other one. So for us, we start with the destination and we decide how to move them around Europe, if it's with a flight, with a train, with a private transfer. And as soon as we have a clear idea and a clear setup of the itinerary, we add the hotel. The hotel is always based on the client's favorites, preferences. if they want to stay in the city center, if they want to stay outside the city center, they want a family room, they want interconnecting option, they prefer a modern vibe, a more, Italian vibe. So as soon as we add the hotel, that is for me, honestly, with you is the easiest part. And then we go into the experiences that it's really what make the journey unforgettable for the client. Obviously, everything is really tailor-made and based on the client's preference at the age of the clients. But the key is to make sure everyone can really enjoy it. So not only for the kids, but also for the parents or the grandparents. I mean, that they are traveling together. Okay, so important things. We have a lot of property that are direct connect in all Europe and also in Italy. Also, for example, in Amalfi Coast, there is not something that common. And having then direct connect is a huge advantage because we are able to give you an instant availability and we can do an instant booking. And we can do the same with most of our ground services because our people on the ground, the way that we build our product, we can easily give you instant confirmation for 85, 19% of the product that is in our portfolio. So this really helps you to have a very fast turnaround and being able to go back to your client with the full itinerary confirmed in a very fast way. These are some of the experiences that we have in Italy, in the main city for the kids. Considering that most of the activities for the kids are activities that I personally try with my kids. And the selection is really often based on my own knowledge and I try them. And if I think that they are very high end and very enjoyable for the kids, then we add them in our portfolio. We really have a lot of different options. We just select a few as an example, but we have hundreds of services for kids all over Europe. But as you can see, we have the Gladiator in Verona and in Rome. We have a lot of treasure hunts around the city. And for the kids doing the treasure hunts, it's super easy because they go around the city and they never complain about how much they have to walk, if it's hot, if it's cold. They really enjoy the experience. So just for example, we have cooking class, we have golf cart tour for kids. We really have everything. Okay. Now, my favorite itinerary for family in Italy, I know is not the standard one, Venice, Florence, and Rome, but it's an itinerary that it's really part of my heart because I told you at the beginning, I grown up in the north of Italy. So I was 30 years old when I moved back to Sardinia. So I know all this area very well. And I also think that this is probably one of the most fascinating part of the country. So Venice, Franciacorta, Lake Garden, Dolomites, Venice. Okay, so it's a fairy tale for the kids. It's super safe, no cars. They really enjoy to go around with the gondola, walk. They can do a lot of things. They can do treasure hunt, carnival mask. My suggestion is try to stay 3 nights in order to have the right time to also go to Murano and Burano. That for me, it's a must do when you are going to Venice, especially if you are going for the first time. You really need to try to see as much as possible. And one of my other favorite activities, obviously I'm Italian, I love the aperitivo, is to do the bakery in the afternoon. And I did it with my kids. They really enjoy. We have something tailor-made for the kids. You can really spend and stay around all day and they will never get bored. After Venice, on your way to the Dolomites, my suggestion is to stop to Franciacorta. I know it's not a very well-known area. It's very close to Lake Iseo. Let's say is 30 minutes from Verona, just to give you an idea. And there are a lot of things to do in Franciacorta. Is where the most important winery are. Ca del Bosco and Bella Vista. They are very famous for sparkling wine. The adults can just go and enjoy, their time wine tasting. You can truffle hunt, you can horse riding, you can biking, you can hiking. There are a lot of things. You can take the boat and go around Lake Iseo. It's like being in the middle of the countryside, but you're also very close to a lake. And then you go to Lake Garda. It's obviously Lake Garda only during the summer. This is my personal suggestion, and not over the winter. Maybe in the winter you can go and stay one night in Verona if you want, and then you go up to the Dolomites. So Lake Garda is perfect. A lot of picturesque villages. You can take the boat again. You can simply relax and enjoy on the beach, on the lake. It's really beautiful. It's super safe for the kids. You have a lot of water activities that you can do with the kids, sailing. I mean, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's really relaxing, and the weather over the summer is amazing. Then you go up to the Dolomites. Dolomites is probably my favorite part of this itinerary. I used to go every year, many times per year. Some during the summer, during the winter. During the summer, it's incredible with the kids. You hike and they never get bored, they never complain. My kids literally walk 20 kilometers per day because along the path of the hiking, there are a lot of activities, there are a lot of things that they find, and they really enjoy the hiking. It's not too difficult for them, but for the ones that are looking for difficult hiking, it's also available. And then, the weather is amazing because it's not too hot over the summer. You can really enjoy the fresh air, and obviously you have the Dolomiti, one of the most beautiful area in the world. And during the winter, it's perfect because they have very gentle slope for the kids that are beginner, or for the adults that are looking for, a nice slope just to enjoy, maybe stop in a Baita for a nice bombardino and a nice lunch. But we also have some very difficult slope for the ones that are looking for more challenging, ski slopes. And the good things is that Dolomites are cheaper compared to most of the destination in the US for ski. So you can have a very high-end quality hotel, amazing slopes, beautiful, area, and spend a lot of money less compared to what you spend in the US. I know the flight is very long, but it, mm, it's worth it. Okay, and then just mention to a few of my favorite hotel in Italy for families, going through different region. Obviously, Forte Village Resort in Sardinia, Borgo Egnazia in Puglia. In Rome, Palazzo Ripetta is definitely a good option for the kids. A lot of family room. In Florence, my choice is definitely Collegio La Querce. I know it's not in the city center, but it's very close to the city center, and especially during the summer is the perfect spot for the kids with an incredible pool, and they have an incredible calendar of activities for the kids. In Venice, the St. Regis is probably my choice. I mean, is my favorite one. In the Dolomites, our property in the Dolomites are perfect for kids. As I was saying, Dolomites is a very friendly area for kids. So all our property are the perfect choice for your kids. It really depends on the area that your clients would prefer to stay, if in Madonna di Campiglio or in Val Gardena and Alpe di Siusi or in Cortina on the other side. On Lake Garda, Le Fay and Grand Hotel Fasano, both are works very, very well for the kids. In Franciacorta, l'Alberetta is very kids friendly. I was there with my kids last week, and I was really impressed on how are kids friendly. The hotel is very luxury. The food is amazing. It's also there is a spa with a Chenot menu for the ones that are looking for a more healthy option, but they were amazing with the kids. They are super kids friendly, and the area is beautiful. On Lake Como, definitely Villa d'Este in Milan, Mandarin Oriental and Portrait. Just a reminder for all of you that, as I said at the beginning, I just want to say that we have 375 hotels, but we are adding new property every week. So my suggestion for you is to follow us on our social media and check our website because again, we are adding property every single week. Thank you. I
Okay.
don't know if we have any question.
Thanks, guys. Let me look at the chat. Oops. 1 second. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Where are you calling in from? Oh, I thought they were asking you. Well, actually, Ariana is based in Sardinia, Italy.
Yes.
So that is.
As you can tell from my background.
Yes. It says, will you guys be sending social media assets post webinar for us to promote some of these itineraries? We absolutely can. That was Carrie. Amy says, yes, I have a question. Amy, it's up to you if you want to just put it in the chat box or not. I'm not sure if you still have one. Oh, are you work? Ari, would you like to take this one? Are
No.
you working? Okay.
Yes. Yes. No, because
Okay.
for me it's really important. So we don't work with DMC. We have our own people on the ground for transfer for all the activities. Uh, we have an incredible number of people on the ground. I'm very proud of our guys on the ground. We are able to deliver the best possible services. Obviously, the only time that when we use a more structured company, but not a DMC, is when we want to be sure that we are able to guarantee the entry tickets, like in the Vatican for the Last Supper. If you know how Italy works, you know very well that in that case, you really need to work with someone, not the individual guide that is not able to pre-purchase the ticket, but you need to have a different company. But we don't use DMC at all. We have our people on the ground. Okay, would you give me some example of the
Hey, Ari,
activities in the Dolomites? Sorry,
that something is going on. I can't really hear very well.
can you hear me?
Now I can. Okay, perfect. Sorry
Okay,
about that, everybody.
sorry. Would you give us some example of activities in the Dolomites for summer? Biking, for sure, is one of my favorite. You can do some lake in the Dolomites that are amazing. You can take some boat in some specific area. But hiking obviously is the most popular one, but biking is the second one. Okay. You can do, oh my God, I don't know how to say in English. I'm sorry, parapendio.
Oh, paragliding,
Um,
paragliding.
Exactly. Paragliding. You have a lot of zip line across the Dolomites, a lot of park for the kids with a lot of different activities. You really have something for everyone.
Even
It's
helicopter
really up.
excursions too.
Yeah, yeah. If you want, it's an option. We have that option. Then would we some okay.
So for the
So for the
activities, would UJV act as the DMC, or could we opt in some of the activities or transfers a la carte?
we will be your DMC for the activities. So we will put together for you a full itinerary with all the activities based on the preferences of your client. So we are not a DMC, but in Europe we work as a DMC. So we do all the work for you. We put the activities for you in the itinerary.
Yep. And just to clarify, we can book some services, all of the services, and service only. All right.
Yeah.
So, and then also a family activities in Amalfi and Sardinia. That's a good one.
Okay, so I will be very honest. John is laughing because she already knows probably my answer. So in Sardinia, you have a lot of things to do with the kids because Sardinia is really the island with the, perfect white sandy beach. You can take the boat, you can paddle, you can sailing, you can really do everything in Sardinia for the kids. It's really a paradise for the kids. The sea is very gentle. The water is super um, green and transparent. It's amazing. And Amalfi, you can do cooking class for sure. You can do zip line in certain area. You can visit some archaeology spots in Sardinia because Sardinia really has a lot of archaeology spots all around the island. And then Amalfi, we can arrange a lot of things, but obviously Amalfi, that you don't have sandy beach. So it's not definitely my first choice if I have to go or if I'm looking for a beach destination or sea destination with the kids. We can do cooking class. We can take you around some hiking path in the Amalfi Coast. You can paddle from some of our hotel. But again, it's a rocky area. So sometimes also the entrance in the water for the kids is not that easy, especially for young kids. So it really depends on the type of family and what they are looking for.
I think it could also be important to understand, especially for the Amalfi Coast, because a lot of the hotels are built on the cliffs. There's age restrictions, so most of the hotels in the Amalfi Coast won't allow kids under 10 or under 12. So actually, what could be a really good idea is if you want to base yourself in Sorrento and do a day trip to the Amalfi Coast, that could be even better because Sorrento is the entry point to go to like Mount Vesuvius and Pompeii, which is really, really cool for families. Um, and then that way they could just take a quick day trip down to the coast and get that experience. That could also be an idea.
Yeah, definitely. Probably that one would be my choice with the kids.
And that way you could
I love
also go to
Sorrento.
Naples and do the pizza
Yeah,
and all that stuff, you know. So
yeah. But I mean, Sorrento, it's perfect for the kids. It's a very small village. It's real Amalfi Coast vibe, and so it's a very good option. But personally, I will also probably stay a couple of nights in Naples because I love that city. I know.
oh, it also has good access. I mean, the port, you could have easy access to go to Capri, you
Perfect.
could have easy access to go to
Super
Istia
easy.
as well. So
Yeah. And if you want a different path, if you are staying in Naples, you can also move to the Basilicata and Puglia. That with the kids would probably be a better option instead of going into the Amalfi Coast. You go to Maratea and then to Matera and then to Puglia. You can stay in Borgognazia at the end of the itinerary, and it will be very enjoyable and amazing for the family.
would you recommend they fly or drive?
In that case, from Naples, no, you can drive. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes from Naples to
Oh, you
um,
see. Okay.
Maratea, and then a couple of hours to Maratea to Matera, and then because you stop, if you stop on the way, for example, from Maratea to Borgognazia is quite long, but if you stop 1 or 2 nights in Matera, that is beautiful. Yes, we do Sicily too.
Sicily is another good one for families. Excellent road trip
Yes,
destination as well.
yes. And we do car rental also, huh?
That's important.
Just yes, especially in
Throughout
this type of itinerary.
throughout Italy, everybody. Just that's an incredible selling feature.
Yes, you see, I know Sicily was beautiful, but if you try Sicily, you should try Sardinia next year. I know I always sponsor Sardinia, but it's
And
beautiful.
Sardinia is wonderful. I have to do one last plug. So there is a hotel right in the center of the island called Sugologone. And Sugologone is perfect. You could pair it with Forte Village. You could start at Forte Village, which is like this palatial resort with multiple different
Mhm.
kids activities. And then you could go up to Sugologone, which is actually owned and operated by three generations of women who are embedded in the everyday life of Sugologone. So it's a family run establishment and it's also amazing for families. So.
And it's the real Sardinia. So you can't miss Sugologone if you are staying in Sardinia, if you are coming to Sardinia. Can you offer virtuoso perks with the hotels?
We offer amenity pass through. There are variations where we might have ultimate amenities, which are specific to ultimate jet vacations. But yes. Okay. If there's no other questions, we will be following up with the webinar with a recording of this. And thank you everyone for your time. I know we went a little bit over, but we wanted to make sure we got all of your questions answered. Ariana, thank you so much for your wonderful presentation
Thank
and
you.
introducing everyone to Europe. Please, everyone, remember UJV can handle everything for you in Italy and in Europe in general, but from the ferry tickets, the transfers, the tours, the hotels. So we look forward to having you book with us after this. So thank you, everybody. Have a
Grazie
great
a
day.
tutti. Buona giornata. Bye bye.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.